Now let's look at how cable TV can change the perceptions of women and also for women. We all talk about what a big difference TV has made to our lives, but how much does it really matter in affecting people's perceptions in, say, rural India? Let's consider data from the years 2002-2003, where we have really some quite comprehensive information about 21 Indian villages which are getting cable TV. By the way, these villages had non-cable TV before, but it seems that when cable comes, TV viewership goes up a lot. In these cases, on average, TV viewership nearly doubles, and I suppose that's because people find the programs on cable more interesting, more diverse, and more appealing. And of course, what we're going to do is a comparison of villages that get cable compared to villages that don't. The study will also be trying to adjust for possible differences across the villages which are getting cable and the villages which are not, to make sure we have as clean a comparison as is possible. One result is that exposure to cable TV seems to raise the rate of female education. Without cable, it's at about 68%. With cable, it's over 71%, and there also seem to be fewer female dropouts over time. When cable arrives in a village, we notice that fertility falls. We don't know, however, if this is because women or families have better information about birth control, or simply that they're exposed to alternative visions of different lifestyles on TV and maybe want to spend their time in ways other than just having more children. What other changes are there? Well, when TV arrives, wife-beating is seen as less justified, and in general, sons are considered less preferred to daughters than before the arrival of cable TV. If we look at data on the magnitude of these changes, it seems quite significant. Here's one way to put it, that if you consider the rural-urban difference in attitudes, that 45 to 70% of that difference disappears within 2 years of having cable TV. We also see the largest change in attitudes in areas which, prior to the arrival of cable TV, had the worst attitudes toward women. Another way to put the comparison is that the arrival of cable TV in an Indian rural village seems to have an effect on attitudes equal to about 5 extra years of female education. Again, that seems to be a significant effect. All of this data and analysis are taken from a very interesting paper by Robert Jensen and Emily Oster called The Power of TV, Cable Television and Women's Status in India. That paper is available online. I also would mention there are other studies of the influence of television, especially in Africa, and you can find those citations in their paper, but the results are broadly consistent with what we've discussed here.